The Rifleman. Starring Chuck Connors.
Dr. Burge! Dr. Burge! Dr. Burge! Dr. Burge, we need you!
Hey, something wrong at the ranch, Mark?
Mr. Hannaberry, a couple just rode in. They've been crossing the plains. Well, the woman, she needs a doctor bad. Well, Paul asked me to get Dr. Burge, and I already tried his office, but it's locked. I think she's real sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Dr. Burge is in Santa Fe. Won't be back till morning. You tell Lucas I'll have that doctor out at your place as soon as he gets here.
You sure you won't forget, Mr. Hannaberry?
Oh, I'll manage to remember. See, he gets in at dawn, I'll meet him at the stage. He'll be out at your place before breakfast.
Thanks a lot.
If you were going to kill the doctor, would you wait for him here where he's surrounded by his friends? Or would you prefer the country? A ranch, for example.
I'll get the horses. That's it. That's it.
Marston, can I see you a minute? The doctor's out of town, Mr. Marston. He won't be here till morning.
We need a doctor right now. I'm scared, Mr. McCain, real scared. I don't want my wife to die.
Doc Burge is the only doctor around here for miles. There's a neighbor woman, Minnie Grant, who might help out if worse came to worse.
Could you send for her? Please.
As soon as Mark's through feeding the hogs, he'll go fetch her. Meanwhile, why don't you try and get some rest, huh? You a farmer, Mr. Marston?
Of sorts.
Oh, would you do me a favor? Those hogs need feeding, and I need Mark in here to give me a hand. Would you take over for him? We'll be right here if she needs anything.
Mark, Father wants you in the house. I'll feed the hogs for you.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Marston. I'll finish this basket first. Are you sure you feel all right, Mr. Marston? You know, I can feed the hogs. Only take but a few minutes.
Oh, I'll feed them. It's just that... Are you sure the doctor will be here first thing in the morning?
Yes, sir. At least that's what Mr. Hannaberry, the doc's neighbor, told me.
Well, hope that's not too late.
Mrs. Marston will be all right, sir. Dr. Burge is a good doctor. All the folks in town pile a lot of store in him.
Oh, thank you, Mark. I'll just finish that now.
Oh, the hogs are behind the barn. And watch out for that sow. She's a mean one. Are you sure he can take care of the hogs, Paul? He didn't much seem to know what he was doing.
Well, he's tired, son. He needs to get his thoughts off himself. Men tend to get that way. Look, I want you to go get Minnie Grant. You tell her that this woman's having a baby and that she fell from a wagon a couple of days ago. And tell her about the doc. What is this? Hold it. Give it to me.
Hope you aren't planning a quiet evening at home.
What do you want?
Never mind the questions. No one leaves the house while we're here. Check that room.
Mr. Cook? There's a woman asleep in there, Mr. Cook.
I told you, my wife's sick.
She needs help bad.
She needs a doctor. Oh, isn't it too bad Dr. Burridge is in Santa Fe? Guess we'll all just have to wait till morning.
I saw them in town, Pa. They were standing in front of Doc Burridge's house.
You waiting for Doc Burridge?
You bet I am. 6 years I've been waiting for him. 6 years, almost to the hour. But I'm a very patient man when I have a score to settle. I can wait one more day. You must have a bottle in the house. You're not very hospitable, are you? I'm not proud. I can serve myself. Tell you the truth, I've done it before. Oh, that's better. That's much better.
Maybe you didn't hear, Mr. Cook. Nobody leaves the room. I won't miss next time.
Lee! Lee!
My wife. She's calling me.
All right, all right.
Lee, what was that gunshot?
It was nothing, Sarah. Nothing. Mr. McCain was loading a gun, and it discharged accidentally.
Oh. This is all my fault, Lee. I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
We should have stayed in Colorado.
Easy, fellow. We're in no hurry.
I hope the baby will be all right.
Of course he will.
Hmm? Not even born. He's got a mind of his own.
Takes after you.
Would you be disappointed if it were a girl?
I wouldn't mind.
Yes, you would. But it doesn't make any difference. It's gonna be a boy. I know it.
Pa, the irrigation water is going to overflow in the lower pasture.
You scared, son? Don't be afraid to admit it. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
What are you two whispering about? I can break it up. Break it up. Well supplied. So I've always said, you gotta get to open range before you can find true hospitality.
Mr. Cook, I've been thinking maybe...
What asked you to think? I'm paying you plenty to carry that gun. If I thought you'd start thinking, I never brought you here. I've done plenty of thinking myself. 6 years of it. You there. Come on over here. I don't fancy doing my drinking alone. Sit down, my friend, and help yourself.
I don't much appreciate being invited to drink my own liquor. You know, you gun down Doc Burridge, you'll have the whole town on your trail within the hour.
I'll take my precautions, thank you. Come on, have a drink.
Suppose you tell me what's between you and the doc.
You want to know? I'll tell you. He killed me. 6 years ago, he killed me. Look at my hands. They were fine hands once. The best surgical hands in the territory.
Right now, they're the hands of a drunkard, mister.
I tell you, they brought health to those things. Day and night, people came and they asked for my hands to heal them. One night, they brought a patient in. I was ready to help her. My hands were ready to help her. And my body was tired, so I took a few drinks. They said I was unable to stand on my feet while I was operating on her. But it isn't true. She'd have died anyway. I tell you, she would have died. She didn't have a chance.
What's this got to do with Doc Burge?
6 years ago, he testified against me. The others were undecided, but he convinced them that I was drunk. That I was a drunk. So they barred me from practicing, and they chased me out of town.
There were other places to go. The prairies are crying for doctors.
With hands like these, I tell you, no matter what Burge said, she didn't have a chance.
Maybe this wasn't the first time you were drunk before an operation.
No. No, I was a good doctor. I was a good doctor. For years, I helped him with these hands, and they chased me out. They chased me out.
Mr. McCain, pain's coming on. We've got to get someone to help her.
Where are you going, mister?
Gotta get an able woman, unless you think you can deliver a baby.
Oh, or a snow snack. Nobody leaves this house.
Don't you understand? We've got to have help or my wife will die.
Anybody tries to leave this house, I'll kill him.
It's almost 3 o'clock. Why don't you try and get some rest? I can look after things in here.
What if the pain comes back? We haven't even got a woman here to help. If the child comes,
Could be she'll be all right. She's been quiet the last hour. I think your wife is running a fever, Mr. Marston. She's running a fever, all right. What's he paying you to kill Doc Burridge?
Look, if you're trying to make a deal, you forget
Don't
about
you
it.
see, he's a coward. He doesn't have the nerve to pull that trigger. He's using you because you don't know any better.
He's paying me well for it.
Whatever he's paying you, do you think it's worth it?
You don't understand, do you, mister? Man's gotta be somebody. He can't be somebody good. He might have to be somebody that just people talk about. It's a chance to prove you've got something the others haven't got.
Maybe you're the one who doesn't understand. You're only a wet-nosed kid. This may mean nothing to you, but I'm telling you because I think you got a chance to go on living. But once you've killed, that chance is gone. You got to keep on killing. And when you've had enough and you want to settle down, they'll find you. Sooner or later, they'll hunt you down like an animal. Now, I don't know what he's paying you, but I can tell you this. No pay is worth it.
Mr. McCain, we've got to have help. The pain's coming on again. I don't think she'll...
All right, you can go get the woman. The kid stays here to make sure she's all you get.
So now I can leave to get help. I'll tell you something. I don't think anybody but a doctor can save that woman now. And he won't be here till morning. that leaves us your doctor. Get that black coffee in the stove, Mark. You may not be much of a doctor, but you're the best we can do now. Now listen to me. Listen to me. That woman's hurt and needs help bad. It's out cold. Wake up, mister. Wake up. That woman's running a fever and that baby's coming in and drinking it, all of it. Now listen to me. Listen to me. You're gonna save that woman and her baby. You're gonna get on your feet. I don't care if I have to carry you and support you while you're helping her. You're not gonna get on your feet. That woman needs a doctor's help bad. You said you were a doctor. Now prove it.
6 years. It's too much, my hands.
You're spineless. Worst excuse for a doctor I ever saw. How do you have the nerve to do your own killing? I'm gonna tell you something. Only maybe you don't know this, but the man you're aiming at killed is 10 times the man you are. You get yourself so drunk you don't even face what you're doing. 6 years you've been feeling sorry for yourself. Well, it's about time you started feeling sorry for somebody else. Now, you listen to me, doctor. I don't know if that woman can be saved, but you're gonna do your best to pull her through. I promise you that. Now, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Doctor!
Get some hot water.
They've sure been in there a long time.
Those things take time, son. Same as when you were born. I waited and waited.
She'll be all right, won't she, Paul?
I don't know, son. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mark. See, son, when you were born, your mother almost... Well, she was sick for a long time.
You don't have to talk about it, Paul. I understand.
You're growing up awful fast, Mark.
Whatever you're thinking, you can save yourself the effort. Nothing's changed. I did what I did because I'm the man I am. Things turned out all right, that's as it should be. But it doesn't change a thing.
You came here to take a life. Instead, you brought a new one into the world. I think that makes a difference.
Mister, you couldn't be more mistaken. You get lonely when people turn their backs on you. And this dream of mine, someday catching up with Dr. Burridge, well, I've grown very fond of it.
Mr. Cook, I've been thinking...
What did I tell you about thinking? Next time you start thinking, I'll send you riding out of here. I can handle Burridge alone.
Then that's what you're going to have to do, Mr. Cook. I wanted to prove something to myself and everybody else. I wanted to be somebody. But doing what you wanted me to do, that's being nobody. I'm moving out, Mr. Cook.
Get out!
It's the gunman. The young one, he's leaving. I think I just saw Pa going out to the barn. I better lend him a hand. We're all real thankful to you, Doctor. I don't know what's troubling you, and Pa always did say to leave people alone when they're grieving, but, well, your friends left, and it's almost dawn outside. I thought perhaps you'd want someone to talk to. Well, I think maybe you'd better get some sleep. I'd better go out and help Pa milk the cow. We want you to stay for breakfast.
What did you call me?
Well, I don't recall your name.
I mean before, when you just spoke to me.
I called you Doctor. I'd better go. That baby sure is beautiful.
There's nothing more beautiful than a newborn baby, Mark. Seems to make everything all right with the world.
You know, Pa, that doctor, I don't think he wants to hurt Dr. Burge anymore.
No, he doesn't, son.
I think it was his helping with the baby that, well, that changed his mind.
You know, Mark, sometimes a man can go his whole life hating people, making one mistake after another. And all it takes is one experience, like helping that baby be born, to, well, to change his entire outlook. Yeah, I think that doctor's gonna be all right.
He looked tired, Pa. I think I'm gonna stay home today and help you with the chores.
Thanks, son. You can start by finishing up with these cows, huh? I've got something more important to do. You ought to be mighty proud, ma'am. You got a fine boy there.
Lee, I want to see the baby.
He's asleep.
Oh. I do, though, want to thank the doctor. Would you get the doctor, Lee?
Doctor had to leave, ma'am. Said you two were doing fine. He had to make some other calls. He'll be sending another doctor out real soon.
I did so want to thank him. He was such a wonderful man. So kind, gentle.
Oh, good morning, Doc.
Oh, hello, Lucas, Mark. I got here just as soon as I could. Had to be out of town when I was needed, of course. How's the woman?
He's fine.
Yeah, you're too late.
Too late. I got here just as soon as I could, but the stage was late getting out of Santa Fe. Are you sure there ain't something I can do?
Not a thing, Doc. Mother and baby both doing fine.
I hope you sent for Minnie Grant.
There wasn't time.
Yeah, you see, this doctor just happened to come by. And then he delivered the baby and left again.
A doctor just happened to come by? I don't get it.
It's like Mark said, Doc. A doctor happened to come by, delivered the baby, and left. Come on in to meet the proud parents. Probably can use some breakfast, could you?
you.